Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to a special episode of Justice for All. I'll be your host today, Brother Arsan Hidayat. I'm the team lead for the Save Uyghur campaign, and today I have Sister Akida Pulat. She's going to share some of her thoughts, her feelings on the 7th anniversary of her mother's arbitrary detention in a Chinese prison. Welcome, Sister Akida, to our show.
Thank you for hosting me, Aslaka, and thank you all for joining the live today.
Um, First of all, I wish we had met on different purposes, but it is the 7th anniversary of your mother's incarceration. 7 years have passed since she was in prison, and I just want to ask, how has this long ordeal impacted you and your family?
It brings tremendous negative effect to my family and me. For my family, first of all, for my dad, she he hasn't spent uh he hasn't spent 7 years with his wife, and also because of the humanitarian crisis happening in our homelands, I cannot go back to my homeland anymore. So I cannot imagine how much he is missing his wife and his daughters right now and how lonely he is. And also another person who was impacted the most is my late grandmother who was passed away this year, and she has been waiting for the release for her own daughter for like almost 7 years, but she didn't see her daughter return home, and she has been missing her daughter for 7 years. Like in the last 7 years of her life, she she cannot like live with her own daughters. And for me, uh, I worry about my mother well-being every day. I haven't talked to my mother for 7 years, and because of the guilt and the worriness, I cannot truly enjoy anything here. And also, uh, aside from that, and uh, I had to step out of from my comfort zones to become a human rights advocate, and also I am also struggling with my own some chronic mental health issues, and sometimes it's like compared to the genocide and my mom imprisonments, and it's little things, but sometimes I will think that if I have my family support, validations, and the care at this moment, it probably will help. Like, and so those are like if you want me to talk about the negative impact for, I will have to spend next 1 hours, but I don't want it to keep complaining. I just wanted to talk about several major impact that I can think of at this moment. And I believe that all of the Uyghur are experiencing the same.
Just give us one way how you cope with that. What are some things you do, and what would you advise Uyghurs who are in a similar situation to you? What sort of advice would you give them, people going through a similar situation as you are?
Uh, I am not a good advisor here. I am also struggling on my own, but I wanted to be as helpful as I can to share some of the tips that are helpful for my own cases. First of all, if you have survival guilt and if you worry about your family member being in prisons, in camp, in prisons or camps, and you have that survival guilt, and attending the advocacy events to speak up for your family definitely help. You will know that you are doing something helpful for your family instead of just sitting there and feeling guilty. And another advice is probably we can, I know it's hard, but we can look at the long terms. And if we can successfully go through this difficult time, and we all together advocated for our family members and successfully rescue them in the futures. And when we reunited with our family members, uh, I like the all the depressions, all the anxieties, all the survival guilt will going to be gone. But until that day, you need to be more strong. You need to prepare for yourself, like prepare the best version for yourself, self for that day to come, because you you both need to be healthy and alive, and you also for my own cases, I wanted to be like right now, I wanted to be as strong as I can, so that in the futures, if I can reunite it with my parents, I wanted to take the best care of them.
Could you? I know many people have heard of Sister Rahile Dawut, but just as a daughter, what are some of your fondest memories of your mother before her arrest and detention, and how do you hold on to those moments now?
Uh, my fondest memory with my mother is the last time I actually spent with her. It is before her imprisonment. It is 2016 when she arrived at the United States and spent some 6 months with me. She had a great opportunity where she can be visiting scholars in the school that I was studying, and we live in the uh, same. We live in a small studio together here in the United States, and uh, this I feel we become more close because like before I went abroad, and like because and my mom has to fly to other countries uh like to 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 sharing the Uyghur cultures to for her works. And also I was studying in Beijing, and I was not in Urumqi, so we don't have too much time to actually just me and my mom spend together. So it gives us a good opportunity to form that emotional bond. So like I wanted to have that emotional, I wanted to reform that emotional bond again in the futures. That is my motivation for speaking, like staying hopeful to speak up for my mother.
How do you believe your mother's work in preserving Uyghur culture contributed to her being targeted by the Chinese authorities?
For this, we all know from the changes happened in recent years that the Chinese government is implementing the assimilation policy. And my mother dedicated her entire life to preserve the Uyghur cultures. So all like even she didn't committed any crime, all her work is in the strict confinements, like strict like are following the guidance and the rule, but she still became the target.
This is a follow up question to that. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the propaganda by the Chinese government saying everything's fine. They show dancing Uyghurs, or they'll say that our stories are fake or lies. We are some plot of some foreign government. When you see people say that or tweet that, what are your thoughts? I just wanted your thoughts on this.
When I see the Chinese government is spreading the propaganda like this, I
Mhm.
wanted to ask a few questions. First of all, if you are not assimilating us, if you are not destroying the Uyghur cultures, why you destroy many mazar and heritage in our homelands? It is already it already like we all see the evidence in the New York Times articles. And the second question is, if you are not trying to destroy the Uyghur cultures, why you imprison all of the intellectuals, all of the people who are working hard to preserve the the Uyghur language, Uyghur cultures, and all of the people who are contributing to to make the Uyghur culture alive, like the Yalkun Rozi, eh, and and also the some others famous poets and the Uyghur who are working in these areas.
I just wanted your reaction to this video. It was shared by the US ambassador to China, Nicholas Burns. I'll play the video, a very short snippet of it. This was released on Human Rights Day. And I just want your reaction. Yeah.
We continue to call for the immediate and unconditional release of Gulshan Abbas, Ekbar Assad, Rahile Dawut, Ding Jashi, Gosharab Gyatso, Jimmy Lai, Ilham Toti, and all those who have been unjustly detained by the People's Republic of China. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is clear. The, quote, recognition of the inherent dignity and of the equal and inalienable rights of all members of the human family is the foundation of freedom, justice, and peace in the world, unquote.
Yep. Would like your thoughts when we have such a high official bringing up not just your mother, but other Uyghurs and other people unjustly imprisoned in China.
When I saw this video, I feel extremely hopeful, and I wanted to show my biggest gratitude towards the ambassadors, and also I wish more government official, more ambassadors, and more um, more people from the like more people from the human rights organization, like the leader from all over the world, and can do the right things like this like him and calling for release for the for the for all of the innocent Uyghurs that are imprisoned, and also speak against the atrocity that is happening in China.
Okay. What has been the most difficult aspect of seeking justice for your mother over the past 7 years? I mean, it can't be easy to keep going, and many people don't understand that it's not just 7 years that someone's been imprisoned, but I've always mentioned the fact that if you're imprisoned in most countries, you have contact with the person. Let's just say they are guilty of their crimes, hypothetically. Let's just say, obviously, no Uyghur is. All Uyghurs are innocent, but you're able to check up on them. You're able to talk to them. You're able to give them things. What's been the most difficult part?
I think the difficult part is, as you mentioned, first of all, I cannot talk to my mom. Like, I wish I could have the chance to talk to my mom and encourage her to stay hopeful, and tell her that uh, like we like all the people around the world are caring about her well-beings. I wanted to spread this hope to my mom, but
Mhm.
I can't. And also, I don't have any information about her well-being, her health, and like to be honest, is she alive? And it gave me some like stress and like emotional burdens, which prevent me from being productive to do more advocacies, like not to find excuse. And so this is the first part, and the second part is the difficult part. The second part, like the second thing is the difficult part. The difficult time is not a certain period of time. It's not like, oh, my mom is in prison, I feel bad, and later on I will feel better. No, it's like it will continue and it will become severe, and it will the stress and the guilt and uh, the the struggles will continue until the day that I can uh, see her see her free. And so this is the most difficult part for me. So that is why I urge the international community, and I urge the people around the world can help us more.
Help how, do you think?
Uh, for how they can help, like the international community has played a very crucial role in raising awareness about Uyghur case and my mother case. But since we needed to fight until the day that we all can see our family members, so like the only answer is the we hope more work can be done on 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 this. So in the future, I hope the governments and the international community can adopt it a stronger measure to hold the China accountable for its human rights abuse. And also, I hope more media coverage can be done, and also and like and for my mother cases, like I on the special day like today, like the anniversary, and also on her birthday, on her mother day, I hope the newspaper and the media can cover her story, so that it so that the world can pay like it can so that can be bring more attention to her cases and also to the other Uyghur cases.
I mean, we've seen, whether your mother's story, we've seen many reports done of what's happening in our homeland. How do you stay motivated to keep going?
Uh, It is hard, so I don't want to spread negativity here, so I don't want to talk about the day that I don't have hopes
Mhm.
and the like my unmotivated parts. I wanted to to share like my motivation, no, like the tip that can keep me stay motivation
Mhm.
is first of all, I imagine the day that I can see my mother again, and so it requires me to keep advocating for her release. Like, and also the second is when like when I reunited with my with my parents in the futures, they will become old. They will need more cares, especially like my mom. She's spent several years, like many years in prisons. It will definitely affected her mental health, her physical health. So at that, like if like miracle happen, if I can reunite it with with her, and I wanted to give her the best cares. Like I wanted to take her to like I wanted to make sure she is physically healthy with me and take care of her when she is uh, sick. I also wanted to hire the best therapist for her to help her to relieve all of the trauma that is happening in that is right now happening when she that is accumulating when she is in prison right now.
So,
Yeah.
you've sort of already answered the question. What role has the international community played in raising awareness about your mother's case? But what more can be done?
The for the uh, international for the international communities, the generals, for like the first of all, is like we saw the ambassadors speak out against the crimes happenings, like the humanitarian crisis happening in China, and
Mhm.
mentions the Uyghurs' names. So I hope more officials have the courage to do so
Mhm.
instead of staying silent. And also, I hope uh, the international communities, like the human rights organizations, can adopt it the like measurement, like sanctions, like sanctions the uh, like the sanctions the officials in China that are contributing to the genocide happening in our homeland, that are contributing to the imprisonments of millions of Uyghurs, so that it will give them pressures to stop doing that. And also, I hope the more events can be organized, can be held around the world, and like on the around the world, and I hope like the activists, like the people who are speaking up, can be invited to those events to speak up about our own experiences to draw more international attention.
If your mother, I mean, you've done great work, and others have followed on. And if your mother could see the global attention her case has received, what do you think she would say? How do you think she would react?
I think she will feel hopeful and encouraged, and like she will know that even though the Chinese government is arbitrarily imprisoning him and saying that she is a like criminals, but the international community, the people around the world know the truth, know that she is not a criminal. And also, my mother, she was being targeted because of the excellent work she has done in preserving the Uyghur cultures.
Mm.
I don't want my mother to have any doubt on the work she was doing in the past. Like she was doing the excellent work, and she like she deserves to have a better life, uh, like because of the work she was doing in the past, instead of being imprisoned because of her works. So I want my mothers to know that, like we all, like the world to know the truth. You have done the great work preserving the Uyghur culture. You shouldn't be a criminal. You should be free. We are proud of you.
Yeah, you're right. People being imprisoned for things that was accepted by the Chinese government, whether it be other writers, scholars. I mean, these people, the narrative has always been, we need to uplift Uyghurs. We need to give them education because they're all peasants. And like you were talking about before, these people are doctors. These people are university rectors. They're dancers, footballers, singers, business people, successful people. Uh, Uyghur people don't know Chinese. They know Chinese very well because they were forced to learn it. So this narrative certainly does not, it does not hit in the nail, right? And so your mother is a prime example of that. I want to ask, how do you keep your mother's legacy alive while also managing the emotional toll of her imprisonment?
I keep her legacy alive by continuously share her story, and ensure that her voice is not silenced. And her dedications for documenting and protecting our heritage inspires me to ensure that her contributions are not forgotten. And her contributions, like as I said before, like her contributions to Uyghur culture should be the reason for her to have a better life, not the reason for her imprisonment. So that gave me the motivations to to share to the world that my mom has done great work preserving Uyghur culture.
That's right. We sort of talked about this at the beginning of our episode today. But what message do you want to share with other families facing similar struggles due to China's treatment of the Uyghurs?
I wanted to share to like to main message first of all is you are not alone. Like we are like I am here, like we can support each others. And also I wanted to let everyone knows that it is a collective effort, and Uyghurs will not be free just by me speaking out, or by Arslan Akayu speaking out, or just by another advocate, for example Rehana said, speaking out. It like when all of us speaking up for our imprisoned and the detained family members, the world will know that the China is imprisoning the family members of the Uyghur abroad. And then this humanitarian crisis can will stop. So I wanted to just like we are a teams. Like let's just keep doing the great work for advocating our imprisoned family member. This and like the second message I wanted to share with other Uyghurs facing the same situations as me is just to stay hopeful. Right now we are going through the hard time and we are struggling, but as long like if we keep continuously speaking up, advocating for our family members, we will see them free one day. And if we take good care of ourselves and staying strong and work hard and work hard, when we reunited with our family member, we can take the best care of them. Just most importantly stay healthy and like stay healthy and so I know it's very hard to say like sometimes like like I was also struggling, but let's just try our best.
We sort of come to the end of the show, and as we mentioned, this is the 7th anniversary of her imprisonment. I pray that I'm not talking to you next year and saying, well, this is the 8th anniversary or 9th anniversary. I pray that the next time, if you do decide to accept my interview, that we are talking about her release and we are talking about how she's able to be safe and you guys, wrapped in each other's arms. But going forward, what are your hopes for the future?
So in the futures, like I already accepted that it's a long-term endeavor. So next year, if like she is still in the prisons, I will definitely join another episodes with you. But I hope not. Definitely,
Mm-hmm.
I already accepted that this like I already prepared myself for this long-term endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
So but what I hope is there are more voice, more action that can happen in the following years, and all of the Uyghur around the world are speak like many people around the world, many Uyghurs around the world are speaking up. So I hope more like first of all this the most simple. I hope more people know who is Uyghurs and what happened to Uyghurs.
Yeah.
And like sometimes when I was taking Uber or when I am talking to a cashier and like she asked me, "Where are you from?" I am like I told her I'm Uyghur, and if she happened to know what's happening to us, and I will feel like extremely hopeful, very happy. Oh, like she knows, he
Mm-hmm.
knows, and I hope more people like can know who is Uyghur, what's happenings, and can like share with her friends, share with her colleague. Do you know Uyghurs? And I read an article about Uyghurs so that
Mm-hmm.
the China cannot lie anymore because world all the people from the world knows and also I hope like as I mentioned earlier I hope more stronger action can be taken in the human rights organization within the human rights organizations and I hope that like this is a general and also and I hope like for like more government officials uh, have the courage to speak up for Uyghurs and for personally for just for my mother cases and first of all for myself I hope I have more strength to speak up, like continuously speak up louder, speak up more next years for my mother's release. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I hope that the more media outlets, the more reporters can uh, w contact me and willing to write a story about my mother. And also, I hope I can be invited to some major uh, human rights events and be a speaker there and share my story. Those are some of my hope next year.
Well, brothers and sisters, make sure to follow along with Sister Akida's story. Make sure to follow her. She's active on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. share her story, share this video, let brothers and sisters know. Before we leave, Sister Akida, do you have any final words for us?
First of all, thank you so much for taking time to join the live today.
Pleasure.
And like I wanted to say, like I wanted to answer, say, like everyone who are asking, like answer the questions, like everyone who are asking me, how can I help Uyghur? How can I help you? My answer is, every action counts, like small, like even the smallest actions, like if you are Uyghurs and like if you are like if you are speaking up for your family members, we are in this together. Like let's encourage together to advocate it more. And if you like even if you are not in like if you're afraid to go to publics, I hope you can just do as much as you can, like as much as you can for Uyghur cases, even helping helping Uyghur orphan in Turkey, or just write something anonymously online. And if you are known Uyghurs, you asking me how to help, like as I said, small action counted. Like for example, tonight, if you join our dinners and you can tell your friends, like I attended live today with female called Akida, and she shared her mother's story. And Uyghur is going through this, that, and also if you happens to be a reporters, please report as much as you can on Uyghur cases. Like the more media outlet is needed. And if you're working at the human rights organizations, and if you are government officials and can like contributed anything in these areas, and I hope you can just take some actions. So those are some of the things that I want suggestions that I wanted to give, and most importantly, like I really appreciated today you're spending time joining this live. It means you care about us. I really appreciate.
Jazakallah khairan. Our families are going through, through varying different levels, but are pretty much going through the same thing. And I pray that all Uyghur families are able to meet with their family members in a free situation, and everyone is liberated, inshallah. Thank you so much, Sister Aqida. Brothers and sisters, make sure you share, like, it's the least you can do, and obviously pray for your Uyghur brothers and sisters. Pray for Sister Rahile Dawut and her family. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.